Welcome to byIITians. In this class, I will discuss about the building materials previous year question asked in TNPSC AE and SSC JE. The first question is, the sub-classification of sedimentary rocks are volcanic and plutonic, mechanical, chemical and organic, intrusive, extrusive, and the last one is stratified and unstratified. So as we are aware that these are the classification of rocks, right? But in the question they have asked especially about the sub-classification of sedimentary rocks. So before going to get the right answer, I would like to discuss the concept of rocks classification. So rocks are majorly classified into three types, right? So we know that. So the first classification is nothing but geological classification. The second one is physical classification, and the last one is chemical classification. So coming to geological classification, again it has divided into three things. The first one is the igneous rocks, and the second one is sedimentary rocks, and the last one is metamorphic rocks. So in the question they asked about the sub classification of sedimentary rocks. So what is sedimentary rocks? Before going to know that the sub classification, I would like to discuss the how it is formed. Okay, so these sedimentary rocks are formed by the weathering action of existing rocks. So we know that weathering is nothing but the disintegration of rocks, right? So these rocks, disintegrated rocks, will be settling in the another place and form as a new rock. Okay, that is why these rocks are called as sedimentary rocks, and it has three subclassifications. The first one is mechanical, also called as clastic. The second one is chemical, and the last one is organic. So here there are 6 examples of sedimentary rocks. They'll be asking the question like they'll be giving 4 options like granite, gravel, and also marble and slate. So among these they will ask what is the sedimentary rocks. Okay, so you should be in position that you should remember these 6 and also other examples of different rocks. So it will be at the time of exam, it will be very useful for you. Okay, so coming to the first classification, igneous rocks. So these rocks are found by cooling and solidification of magma and lava, right? So it has 2 sub classification. First one is plutonic and the second one is volcanic. Plutonic will be taking place inside the hill, so that is why it is intrusive. And this second one is volcanic. It is also called as extrusive, right? When it comes in contact with the atmosphere, these rocks are formed, and there are 5 examples of these igneous rocks. So moreover, in the question they may be asking that which of these rocks, like igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks, which will be very light in weight. Okay, so igneous rock are light in weight, lightweight rocks. So you should keep in mind this. And the last one is metamorphic rocks. So metamorphic rocks are found on the basis of igneous rocks and sedimentary rocks. If the igneous rocks and sedimentary rocks are undergoing with high temperature and high pressure, so there may be chance of forming in new rocks, right? For example, marble is obtained from limestone. So limestone is a stone. It comes under the category of sedimentary rock, right? So again, second one is slate. Slate are made from the granite. So granite is the rock obtained from the igneous rock, right? And the last one is quartz. So these rocks are obtained from the sandstone. Okay. So these are the classifications and sub-classification of geological classification rocks. So, and the second one is physical classification. It is having 2 types. Like first one is stratified rock and the second one is unstratified rocks. So stratified rocks, the name itself say that it will be having a layer by layer of rocks. Okay, so we can easily take one layer and another layer of rocks, whereas in unstratified rocks we cannot have layered structure, so it will be irregular shapes, so we cannot easily split into thin slabs. So their respective examples are given here. So for stratified rocks, the examples are sandstone, limestone and slate, and for unstratified rocks, granite, trap and marble. And the last classification of the rock is chemical classification, and it has three things. First one is calcareous rock, second one is argillaceous rock, and last one is siliceous rocks. So in calcareous rocks, the major component will be calcium carbonate. So if a rock having more amount of calcium carbonate, then these rocks are called as calcareous rocks. And the second one is agriclareous rocks, and these rocks will be having clay and aluminium as their main component. Okay, and the last one, the name itself says that siliceous, it's nothing but silica. If a rock having a major component of silica, then these rocks are called as siliceous rocks. Their respective examples are given here. So try to remember all these things. So in this area they are covering, they are giving more questions, like around 2 to 3 marks in every exams. So kindly remember these things. Now we'll move on to next question. Which of the following stone is suitable for damp proofing? Slate, marble, laterite, garnet. Before discussing what is damp proofing, I would like to discuss the concept called dampness. So dampness is nothing but the intrusion of water into the walls, roof, etc. Here this is the wall, there is a change in color, you can easily observe. So in this picture also it is a roof, there is a change in color because of the water intrusion in the roof and as well as the wall through the voids. So this effect is called as dampness. This dampness is sometimes cause damage to the structure and reduce the durability of the structure, because for example if water is getting contact to the reinforcement present in the beam or slab, if the once the reinforcement gets interact with the water, it leads to corrosion. So this corrosion leads to spalling effect of the concrete, obviously, and it leads to it reduces the durability of the structure. So dampness we have to provide in the buildings. For that purpose we will be going for damp proofing. It is a technique to control the moisture movement in the building. Okay, so here in this picture, for that purpose we will be providing damp proof course in the building. So for example, if water is traveling from the ground, right, if you provide damp proof course here, this will restrict the movement of water further. Okay, for that purpose we will be providing damp proof course. It is also called as DPC. In market there are three types of damp proof course material. One is flexible, second one is semi-rigid, and the last one is rigid. In case of rigid, we will be using stone, bricks, cement mortar, etc. In semi-rigid, we will be using mastic, asphalt. In flexible, we will be using butyl rubber or hard bitumen plastic sheets. So these are the materials available in the market for damp proof course. Here in the question they are asked which stone will be used as a damp proofing for damp proofing, right? So here I would like to discuss some of the uses of this stone. So here for the question, damp proof course will be using slate. Okay, here I have given the uses of other stones also. For example, in the question they are asking which stone will be used for carving and decoration. So marble is it is used for carving and decoration. So kindly go through these uses and with respect to these stones. So they may be asking sometimes 1 to 2 marks from these tabular columns. Now we will move on to the next question. what is the most hardness number for topaz? 2, 10, 12 and 8. Here we ought to know what is most hardness number, right? In strength of material lab, we would have come across a test called Brinell hardness test. In this test, we will be checking the hardness of a material with the help of this machine. Okay, you will keep a material, any material, and the load will be applied with the indentation provided at the bottom, and the hardness will be displayed in the display screen, right? So with this, by this only we'll be identifying the hardness of the material. Here they are asked for topaz, right? For topaz, the value will be 8. So there are another materials they can ask for. So for that I have given this tabular column. This tabular column is nothing but the most hardness scale. So they are asked for topaz. The value of most hardness number is 8. So this value will be increasing from the bottom to top. So at the bottom we will be having talc. It is having a scale number of 1. Okay. For gypsum it will be 2. Our fingernail will be having approximate of 2.5 of hardness, right? So similarly, fluorite, apatite, orthoclase, quartz, topaz, corundum and diamond, it will be having a highest hardness compared to all the materials, right? So this is how they can ask the question. For example, they will give gypsum, and they will be asking for what is the scale number, most scale number for gypsum. So you must be in a position to remember these values for these 10 especially. Okay, it is very important. So kindly remember this.